In this intense courtroom hearing, Judge Boyd presides over the sentencing of Ronnie Simmons, a 32-year-old man convicted of assaulting his own mother during a domestic violence incident. According to court records, Simmons punched his mother in the mouth with a closed fist after she refused to drive him to the store. The disturbing nature of the offense immediately sets a serious tone in the courtroom, but what shocks the judge even more is the defendant's attitude throughout the hearing. As the proceeding continues, Judge Boyd becomes visibly frustrated by Simmons' behavior, pointing out his smirking, head shaking, and apparent lack of remorse. The judge repeatedly emphasizes that domestic violence is a serious crime and criticizes the defendant for failing to take responsibility for his actions. At one point, Judge Boyd warns that Simmons is setting a terrible example for his children and risks ruining his future if he continues down the same path. Despite the severity of the case, the court ultimately grants Simmons 6 years of deferred adjudication probation instead of immediate prison time. However, the sentence comes with strict conditions, including random drug testing, mandatory anger management classes, parenting courses, and a complete no-contact order with the victim, Cheryl Simmons. The judge also issues an affirmative finding of family violence, meaning the defendant is legally prohibited from owning firearms or ammunition. Before ending the hearing, Judge Boyd delivers a final warning, making it clear that any violation of probation could quickly land Simmons behind bars for up to 10 years. The tense exchange leaves the courtroom silent as the defendant learns that this second chance may be his last.
Understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places? Did you understand what you're charged with is assault family second offense? That's a third-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine? Counsel, has the client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, sir.
Showing you the plea bargain page, did you review that case? Did you review that page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
According to the plea bargain agreement, the state is recommending deferred adjudication. And Mr. Simmons, did you understand that to be the entirety of your plea bargain agreement?
Yes.
Defense, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, sir.
State, is that the plea bargain agreement?
It is.
Next, I'm showing you outside the plea bargain agreement. State is requesting that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 5 years. There'll be a TAP evaluation, no contact with Cheryl Simmons, no harmful or injurious contact with Ronald Simmons, and of course, there's an affirmative finding of family violence. I know that y'all have put affirmative finding of family violence below the line, but if I deem that this is a family violence case, there will be an affirmative finding of family violence. Does everyone understand?
Yes.
All right, other than that, did everyone understand that I don't have to follow the recommendations from the state? Did you understand?
Yes.
All right, then to the offenses charge, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Okay.
State, any evidence?
The state offers State's Exhibit 1 and all attachments, Your Honor. No objections, Judge.
Court will accept into evidence State's Exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, I review in State's Exhibits 1 and attachments. The court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are we proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Judge.
All right, so first question I have, Ronald Simmons. Is Ronald Simmons married to your mom, and do they live together or no?
Father, actually, Judge. And
Right.
I think your first one, yes.
So they live together. How old are you?
32.
You're 32 years old. And is this complaint in this case your biological mother?
Yes.
Why are you hitting your mom? I mean, don't do this thing where we're shaking our head, we're trying to consider, because what I just read is you punch your mom in the mouth. We only get one mother, and it says that she was bleeding. I mean, if you want a jury trial, I'm here. Anybody who wants a jury trial is more than welcome to have it. But it appears that you have some anger issues because this is a family violence second. This is not a first. How old is your mother?
46.
When's her birthday?
May 30.
You sound very unsure. All right. So why are you hitting on your mom?
Months.
All right. If you were younger, if your parent doesn't want to drive you somewhere, they don't have to. That's what via buses are for. That's what getting a job and getting your own car for. When this happened, were you living at that home?
No.
So you're coming over starting problems. And this previous assault family violence case, who was the complainant in that case? On March 25th, 2022, you were convicted of assault, bodily injury, family household, and cause number 669877. Who were you on probation for out of that cause number? What is their relationship? Can somebody look that up for me? Cause number 669877. It's a county court cause number, and see who the complainant was.
Cheryl What are the Simmons. parents?
Cheryl Simmons.
Yes.
So the same person.
Right. Yeah.
What is your issue with your mom? I don't understand people who hit their mothers and their parents.
Right.
As you know, I'm from the old school of parenting. That most definitely would not have been allowed. And there are many things that I cannot say, but I don't know if, well, I do know. If I would have hit my mom, well, let's just say I would not be here as judge now. But people would probably be saying, oh, we remember Stephanie. She was such a nice little girl. So why are you hitting on your mom? And this is not the first time. There has to be a reason for it. Why do you think it's okay to hit your mother?
I mean, I could sit here and say I didn't, but I mean, I said no context. So.
Well, we have 2 cases with you involving your mom. So you're saying on both occasions, you never put your hands on her. And the fact that they're saying that she's bleeding from the lip, that's just, I don't know, something she did to herself. All right. And it says here you hit her with a closed fist, splitting her upper lip with closed fist. And all of this because you wanted her to drive you to the store and she said, no, walk. I don't know what people, in this day and age, people act like children can't ride the school bus. They got to have a nice car. People can't walk to where they need to go because it's embarrassing, or get on the via bus because it's embarrassing. If you don't have a car, can't afford get a car, you walk. All right. Are you employed? Would that be at Babies?
Yeah, please.
Are those burgers better than Chris Madrid's?
Mm-hmm.
I'll see. You supposed, if you work there, you're supposed to say most definitely, but
Chris Madrid's is hard to beat, Judge. He's trying to be honest. He's under oath. He's trying to be honest.
okay. All right. Do you have any children?
Yes, ma'am.
What are their ages?
7.
And who does your child live with?
Mother.
Do you see your child?
So
Do you pay child support?
yes.
All right. And I ask these questions because part of your conditions on probation, which sometimes people don't read all of the conditions, even though probation, I know, goes all of the conditions with you. Part of the conditions of probation automatically is supporting your dependents. All right. All right. 6 years deferred adjudication, proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. No unsupervised contact with minors. No contact with Cheryl Ann Simmons, and that's with 1 M. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. I'm going to want regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Regular UAs. I'm going to want field visits 2 times per month until further notice. The BIPP course, anger management, probation. Is there anything else he needs?
Connor, did you mention community service hours?
Let me do that. There's to be no harmful or injurious contact with Ronald Simmons. 200 hours of community service restitution. 40 of those hours will be waived if you provide proof of the COVID vaccination. Court is not requiring you to get that, but if you do, 40 of those hours will be waived. Parenting classes with triple P. Anything else you need from the court in order to be successful? I'm sorry? Showing you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it? Because this is plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. And because this is an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand? All right, we can go off the record. Good luck to you. You only get one mom in this world. And you know what? The way you're treating your mom, you're asking for your son to behave in that same manner. And your son may end up going before a judge because they're looking to you and you're educated. From here on out, everything you do, you need to ask yourself a question before you make a decision. Is this something that could potentially result in me going to prison for 10 years? And if the answer to that question is maybe, I don't know.
This courtroom hearing follows Ronnie Simmons as he appears before Judge Boyd for sentencing after being convicted of assaulting his mother in a family violence case. According to the court, Simmons punched his mother after she refused to drive him to the store. Throughout the hearing, Judge Boyd becomes increasingly frustrated with the defendant's smug attitude and lack of remorse, warning him that his behavior shows a failure to take responsibility for his actions. Despite the seriousness of the offense, the judge grants Simmons 6 years of deferred adjudication probation with strict conditions, including anger management classes, random drug testing, and no contact with the victim. Before ending the hearing, Judge Boyd makes it clear that any violation could result in Simmons facing up to 10 years in prison, calling this probation his final chance to turn his life around.